Welcome back to this quickie episode of The Author's Edge. I'm your host, Allison Lane, and this is a good one. Today, we're talking about a problem that experts face. That is, my expertise is multifaceted. How do I package it without sounding scattered? First, you're not scattered. So wash that away. Having multiple areas of expertise often is the reason you're valuable and that you're riveting and interesting. So the issue isn't your range of expertise, it's that you lack positioning. When your expertise feels different, oftentimes you start explaining things too much. You add context and your credentials, and then almost like an apology, you add a whole backstory, and then your listener checks out. The reader is like, oh, it hurts my eyes, because they don't know how to categorize you. They don't know where to put you in their head. They don't even know how to describe you to themselves. So you need a through line. Otherwise, people can't accept what they can't understand. When I say a through line, I don't mean a resume. A through line is a simple idea that connects your parts into one promise. So here's a framework: theme, audience, promise. The theme is an elevated, universal topic. It's what you notice before other people do. It's what you keep circling back to, no matter what role you're in. Second is the audience. This is the audience who actively feels the problem you solve, or actively desires the goal that you can help them achieve. Not everyone who could benefit, but the people who already want results. Third is the promise. That's the outcome, not your method name, not your process. It's the result they want. Now, let me show you what not to do. If you're an expert in healthcare and leadership and communications, that's not positioning. That's like word salad. And here's a better version. I help leaders communicate high stakes decisions so their teams actually trust and act on their guidance. Now, that is weaving your expertise in a way that becomes proof. And it's not confusing, it's elevated. You take control. If I was a skeptic, I would say, are you scattered? Or have you just not claimed what you should? Meaning you haven't chosen the one sentence that organizes your elevated positioning. So let's build that sentence. Let's do it right now. Get a pencil. Boom, boom, boom. Pause. Okay, ready. Build the sentence. I help fill in the blank, your audience, solve, fill in the blank, the what, so they can fill in the blank, the result. This is one sentence. I help the audience solve the what so they can the result. Your different lanes live underneath that sentence as credibility. How do you find the right what? Don't pick it in a vacuum. You must validate it. You go where your audience gathers and watch what they ask. This could be Facebook groups, Reddit threads, LinkedIn comments, podcast reviews, and then notice what you feel pulled to answer. The pull matters because you're the one who's going to be living with this idea long enough to finish it. Your next step, write down the 3 problems people come to you for. Circle the one with the biggest stakes. Then ask, does each of my lanes help me solve that one problem better than a specialist could? And that's how you're different. That's your talk. That's your book. That's your platform. You don't need fewer expertise, and you certainly don't need to hide the thing that you think is the outlier. The outlier is what makes you interesting. You need one promise that weaves your expertise into proof. You can do this, and I would love it if you DM me in LinkedIn. Let me take a look at your one sentence. I will respond back to you and give you suggestions. On LinkedIn, I'm at Allison Lane Lit. So make sure you follow me or connect with me and share with me what you got. I'll be looking for you.